Hello, today we're going to learn about the 21st century information fluency skills and how to evaluate digital information. We are going to learn how to find out if a website you are using is reliable and the information is credible to use for your research. There are different evaluation criteria you want to look at when trying to determine if your information is reliable and credible. You want to look for the author's qualifications, the publisher's reputation, the accuracy of the author's work. If it has recently been updated, does the author's work, is it suggestive of bias? What is the external evidence supporting the work? What web pages link to the author's work? What websites does the author link to from this page? Can you contact someone with expertise to validate the opinions or conclusions expressed in the document? And print resources. You may be asking, why should we check the accuracy of information on a web page? It's going to help you judge the credibility of the author, and the accuracy of information can also provide clues to possible bias in the resource under the investigation. As it shows here, do not rely on the first impressions. Ask questions. A good way to check factual data is by asking probing questions. You wouldn't buy a used car without asking questions about it first, and the same is true for your information when you're looking on the web. As we know, not everything is always current or reliable. Ask yourself, what claims is the author making? What evidence does the author give to support those claims? What evidence do I find elsewhere to support them? And what evidence do I find elsewhere to refute those claims? Another way of quickly assessing if it may be reliable is by reading the URLs. These are located in the information addresses. Each document or file on the internet has a unique address for its location. Here, HTTP, www stands for the World Wide Web. The organization, the person's name for the personal directory on the organization's website, possible folder for the files, and it shows it's an HTML file. So who authored or published this information? Is this information from the live web or is it archived? If you read through, you can see in different URLs and the difference between knowing which one is much longer and which one contains more information. The resource locators. And does it have any reference? Next, using the 21st century information fluency, we're going to do the internet search challenge of the bad apple using the Pacific Northwest tree octopus to evaluate the site. So what we want to do is look first for the author and see if they are an expert on tree octopus. So we are looking for the author. Author of this article, Lyle. Let's click on his link. Well, looking at him, you can see that he has some updates from past blogs. So would you conclude that the author is an expert? Does the publisher publish other reliable information? We find the blog. Would you say to toss or keep? Does the author present a limited perspective on the topic? Is the information up to date? When we looked, we saw that yes, there was information up to date. Is credible data provided to support claims about the tree octopus? Is it credible? Looking at the bottom, when we found the author, we also found that the site is not associated with any school or education organization. Other than that, not to be confused with this. Is the information accurate? Do you think the information is accurate? Does it contain links to support the page? They do, but are they credible? And then there are also other games that you can use for evaluating sites as well. Again, the 21st Century Information Fluency site contains many features, podcasts, examples, tutorials with the curriculum, teacher guides, activities, and the action zone, which we did the bad apple. Okay. Enjoy your researching. Make sure that you check that it is credible and reliable. Thank you.